Gravel is where an all-terrain tire either earns its keep or starts exposing weaknesses. It is not as dramatic as deep mud, but it is often harder on a tire in the long run. Sharp rocks, loose washboards, uneven shoulders, hidden potholes, and long, dusty miles all punish weak sidewalls and sloppy tread designs. If a tire is going to call itself tough, gravel is one of the places it has to prove it. That is what makes this category different from a simple best AT tire list. Gravel tough tires need more than an aggressive look. They need sidewall strength, tread block stability, stone control, and enough composure that the tire does not feel beaten up after a few thousand rough road miles. The best ones also have to stay livable on the highway, because most truck and SUV owners are not living on trails full time. So this ranking leans toward the tires that feel built for rough surfaces first and regular road regret second. BFGoodrich, Cooper, Nitto, Goodyear, and Yokohama all have current products that make a believable case right now, and the language they use is very telling. Some are aimed at heavy-duty trucks, some are aimed at dirt and gravel durability, some are built around reinforced sidewalls and tougher compounds. All of them are trying to convince you they can take abuse and still make sense the rest of the week. If gravel roads are part of your real life, this is the short list to watch. At number 5, the Yokohama Geolandar A/T4 is the polished choice on a gravel tough list. That may sound like a contradiction, but it is actually what makes the tire useful. Yokohama's current official messaging says the A/T4 is designed to give you a smooth, quiet ride with real off-road durability, and the brand also highlights features like dual sidewall protectors, zigzag grooves, mud and stone ejectors, and a severe snow surface rating. That combination matters on gravel because gravel does not only punish strength, it also punishes sloppy tread design. Stones get trapped, shoulders get beaten up, and sidewalls can take hits in places that a purely street-focused tire would never notice. The Geolandar, a /T4, is built to cope with those conditions without turning the truck into a noisy punishment machine. So why is it only number 5? Because it is the most comfort-minded tire in this group. That is not a weakness, but on a gravel tough list, it means the tire is slightly less aggressive than the ones above it. If you want the best blend of daily manners and rough road confidence, this is a very smart pick. If you want the tire that feels most obviously overbuilt for gravel abuse, there are stronger personalities ahead. It also has the kind of design language that helps on rough surfaces without making every highway mile feel harsh, which is why crossover and SUV owners keep giving it a long look. It is tough in a controlled way. Still, the A/T4 deserves its spot because it makes rough road durability feel less intimidating. It is the tire for someone who drives on gravel often enough to need real protection but still wants a calm, composed tire on the pavement. It is tough, but it is tough in a more modern, less shouty way. The next tire leans farther into off-road attitude without giving up the everyday usability that most buyers still need. At number 4, the Nitto Recon Grappler. AT brings a more aggressive all-terrain personality to the gravel conversation. Nitto's official product page emphasizes engineered versatility and durability, with a quiet, comfortable ride, wide and narrow grooves that reduce road noise while improving traction, reinforced block rigidity, and a limited treadwear warranty of 55,000 miles for LT and flotation sizes, and 65,000 miles for hard metric sizes. That is a pretty clear durability pitch. On the ownership side, Tire Rack currently shows 88% recommended with about 906,000 miles reported. The category scores are good, especially in off-road and winter conditions, and owner feedback generally describes the tire as capable, rugged, and still manageable on-road. That is the kind of profile you want when gravel is just one part of the job, and the truck also has to live on highways the rest of the week. The reason it lands in the middle of the pack is that it is strong, but not the most obviously brutal. Some gravel tough buyers want the tire that looks like it means business the second you park it. The Recon Grappler is a little more balanced than that. It gives you real bite and real structure, but it still keeps enough street manners that it makes sense for daily use. That balance is exactly why a lot of people end up liking it. It can handle rough roads without becoming an all-out punishment tire. It can look aggressive without going completely off the deep end. And it has enough owner approval to feel like a serious buy, not a marketing stunt. If the Yokohama is the polished rough road choice, the Recon Grappler is the tire for someone who wants to feel a little more gearhead and a little less commuter. The next one gets tougher still and starts to look like a tire built for the kind of abuse many trucks actually see. At number 3, the Goodyear Wrangler DuraTrac RT is the tire that starts talking more like a working tire than a cosmetic upgrade. Goodyear's official product language highlights dirt, gravel, and mud traction, highly angled center tread blocks that help reduce road noise, a rim protector, a 3-peak mountain snowflake designation, a 50,000-mile warranty, and Kevlar plus Durawall sidewall protection in the current RT launch materials. That is a serious rough road resume. This is the tire for drivers who want more than a standard all-terrain and do not mind a stronger personality on the road. Goodyear positions it as an all-season on- and off-road tire engineered for tough terrain and rough conditions, and the official feature mix backs that up. If your gravel roads turn into work sites, hunting roads, or long travel days with real punishment, the DuraTrac RT starts making a lot of sense. What keeps it from ranking even higher is that it is a little more specialized. It feels tougher than the Yokohama and more dramatic than the Nitto, but that also means it is not the smoothest choice for everyone. That is fine if your life actually demands the extra bite. It is less ideal if you want a tire that just quietly handles a little gravel and otherwise disappears. Still, this is one of the clearest, yes, this tire is built to take a beating, entries in the current market. If the pavement ends more often than it should and the truck still needs to come home looking ready for another week, the DuraTrac RT is a strong argument for itself. It is also the kind of tire that makes sense when gravel roads are mixed with weather, towing, and worksite duty. That broader use case is why it stays relevant instead of feeling like a one-note off-road tire. The next tire feels even more work truck serious, and its official focus on dirt and gravel makes that pretty obvious. At number 2, the Cooper Discoverer Stronghold AT is one of the most straightforward gravel-tough tires in the whole category. Cooper's official page says it is an all-terrain tire with a 60,000-mile warranty, 3P MSF rating, and fitment for heavy-duty pickup trucks. The keyline, though, is the one that matters for this list. It is built for grip on many different surfaces, including tough dirt and gravel, and it is designed to stand up to heavy loads and long highway hauling. That is the kind of wording serious truck owners pay attention to. This tire is not trying to be cute. It is trying to be useful in exactly the conditions that wear tires out fastest. Gravel roads, weight, towing, long trips, and all the daily abuse that comes with a truck that actually works are all part of the pitch. The Stronghold. AT ranks above the Goodyear because it feels more explicitly heavy-duty in intent. Goodyear's DuraTrac RT is very capable, but Cooper's message is even more direct about load handling and rough surface durability. That makes it feel like the better pick for someone who wants gravel toughness first and everything else second. It is also the sort of tire that truck owners can justify without needing a big speech. The load-focused, gravel-focused story is easy to understand, and that usually means the tire is aimed at a real use case instead of a marketing fantasy. It also makes sense for buyers who do not want to jump all the way to a mud tire just to get more confidence on bad roads. The Stronghold. IT still stays inside the all-terrain lane, but it is the kind of all-terrain tire that feels comfortable being overbuilt. For gravel drivers, that is often exactly what you want. The number 1 pick, though, goes one step further and combines gravel toughness with the kind of long-haul durability statement that really sets it apart. At number 1, the BFGoodrich All-Terrain T/AKO3 is the gravel-tough AT tire that feels most serious about the job. BFGoodrich's official pages make the case very clearly. The KO3 is engineered for durability and longevity, even on gravel. It uses an optimized footprint and full-depth locking 3D sipes for even wear. And the brand says the tire delivers 20% improved gravel durability compared with the KO2 in its launch materials. It also leans on the CoreGuard sidewall toughness story, which is exactly what gravel buyers want to hear. That matters because gravel does not only care about tread blocks. It punishes sidewalls, shoulder areas, and the tire's ability to stay stable after repeated hits. The KO3 is built to address all of that without losing the all-terrain identity that made the KO2 so famous. In other words, this is not a gimmick update. It is the next version of the tire people already trusted when they wanted something tough. The owner and launch response has backed that up. The KO3 is currently being treated like a genuine evolution of a classic, not just another aggressive tread. That makes it a very strong answer for drivers who spend real time on gravel roads, ranch roads, mountain access routes, and work sites where tires get punished for a living. It wins because it feels like the most complete gravel-first AT tire in the group. The Stronghold AT is excellent for heavy-duty use. The DuraTrac RT is a strong rough road bruiser, and the Recon Grappler is a capable all-rounder. But the KO3 combines tough road credibility, sidewall protection, and long-haul durability more convincingly than the others. If your tire has to survive gravel every week and still be a trustworthy everyday tire the rest of the time, this is the one that makes the strongest case. The short version is this: the Yokohama Geolandar A/T4 is the civilized gravel choice. The Nitto Recon Grappler A/T is the balanced rough road option. The Goodyear Wrangler DuraTrac RT is the tougher personality. The Cooper Discoverer Stronghold. AT is the heavy-duty gravel worker, and the BFGoodrich All-Terrain T is the one that feels most built to take repeated abuse and keep going. The real mistake buyers make with gravel tires is thinking the roughest looking one is automatically the toughest. Sometimes the strongest tire is the one with the better sidewall design, the better tread stability, or the better long-term wear story. Gravel exposes those details fast. That is why the best choice is usually the one that matches how often you actually leave the pavement and how much punishment the tire really has to survive. If your route includes sharp gravel, loaded hauling, and long highway stretches in the same week, the answer changes fast. That is why the BFGoodrich, Cooper, and Goodyear style tough tires rise in the ranking while the more comfort-first choices stay lower. Comment with the road or trail condition that matters most to you, because gravel, rocks, washboard, and long highway droning all push the decision in slightly different directions.